Every pregnancy is a miracle, and when there are twins, it is a double miracle. When twins are born, there is usually a difference in age of only a few minutes, but there are also such cases when twins can be born with a difference of a few days or even weeks. Incredible, wouldn't you say? Today, we will tell you such an incredible story that caused a real shock for the parents, doctors, and friends. Make yourself comfortable as we tell you about how the pregnancy proceeded, how the birth went, and what the happy mother herself has to say. Victoria Green and her boyfriend Darren Bradshaw live in Manchester. The pregnancy had come as a surprise because even though they had talked about having children, they had yet to actually make plans to. Victoria was worried when she began to feel queasy in the morning and general discomfort throughout the day. Then a friend advised her to take a pregnancy test. It took Victoria a long time to do it because she was certain it wouldn't be possible as they were using protection. However, when her symptoms didn't go away, she finally bought a test. She was shocked to see a positive result. After a few months had passed by and her belly did not grow, she thought that maybe the test results were wrong, so she decided to go to the doctor. However, they confirmed that she was indeed pregnant. But this was not the most shocking news for Victoria. It turned out that she wouldn't have just one child, but two. She was told that she was pregnant with twins. Victoria could hardly believe this, since her figure had not changed at all. The doctor conducted an ultrasound, which revealed that the babies were located near her spine at the back wall of her uterus, which is why her stomach did not protrude yet. She was already 24 weeks along. 2 weeks later, Victoria's stomach began to ache terribly. She realized that these were contractions, but she couldn't tell if they were real or practice contractions, so she went to the hospital just in case. While there, she was informed that she was ready to give birth and was urgently transferred to the maternity ward. Considering how early it was and that she was expecting twins, everyone was preparing themselves for the worst. She then gave birth to a little boy who could fit in the palm of her hand. He was desperately fighting for his life, and doctors worked to do everything they could to save him. He was hooked up to a ventilator since his lungs had not properly developed yet, then taken to the NICU to be carefully monitored. After that, everyone began to wait for the second wave of contractions to begin so they could assess the condition of the second baby. However, to everyone's surprise, the contractions began to subside, and after a while, they even stopped altogether. Obviously, the second baby was in no hurry to be born yet, and the doctors consulted with each other about what to do with Victoria and her second baby. Having understood all the risks, having discussed all the pros and cons, the doctors came to the conclusion to let the second baby continue to grow inside. Since the babies each had their own placenta, it was very possible to allow the second child to come later. The first child was to remain in the NICU, and Victoria was discharged home. But Victoria began to feel worse and worse every day, so she came back to the hospital for help. After examination, it was revealed that she had developed an infection after the first birth, so an emergency C-section was conducted in order to save both Victoria and her second child. As a result, 12 days after Victoria gave birth to her son, her daughter was born. They named her Paisley, and even though she was nearly twice the size of her brother, she still needed medical attention in order to survive. After Victoria recovered in the hospital, she was discharged home, and her babies remained in the NICU where they were under constant medical supervision. 5 months passed, and the babies were finally strong enough to be able to go home to be with their parents. Victoria and Darren are immensely grateful to the doctors for saving her and her babies. Yes, it is very good that this story has a happy ending, but this isn't the only case when twins were born with a large time difference. In 2012, there was recorded a case in Ireland when the twins were born 87 days apart. And in 2018, 2 girls were born in Germany 97 days apart. These children are real champions, and we can only wish them good health. After all, these are miracles, and miracles do happen if you truly believe in them. What do you think about this story? Share your opinion in the comments. Have you heard such stories before? If you enjoyed the story, please click the like button, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so as not to miss our new videos.